Hey guys, welcome. I'm here. I'm finishing up the starter SV that I've been streaming for a couple sessions now, so this is going to get wrapped up. I'm just doing the finishing touches on the texturing, and then we're going to take it into a survival game, and we're going to test it for weight and volume and all that good stuff. So pretty much done now, so I think I'm going to save this, and then we're going to take it over to survival real quick and give it a test. As long as it under full capacity can move around okay, I'm going to feel good enough about it, and we'll just release it. And maybe tonight I will start on my next project. So just bear with me for a second here. I'm going to switch to survival. So it's kind of interesting. This is what it looked like way earlier in the build. So it's come a long way from that. You can see how things progress as you go, and if you just keep shaping, and eventually you get what you want. So two very different looking SVs, really. I mean, just drastically different. You could see I had this weird kind of sharp point that I was trying to mess with, but I didn't like the way it went, so I just continued along that upward tapering kind of deal. Worked out a lot better, I think. And then, messing with the wings, and I didn't really like the way the wings were looking. So just kind of shaved them off and made it a low profile kind of situation here. But yeah, more or less, I had to get rid of the big engine so I could make it more of a starter. This turns out to actually be just at the CPU limit as well, so that's kind of cool. Where, not to say I'm too worried about that. It's gonna change, so I'm not too worried about the CPU, but it's kind of cool that I kept it under there. So a lot of people are nervous about that number, so it's just even better that I was able to achieve that. So not bad at all. All right, so we're gonna fill this thing up, and first we're gonna do an empty flight and see how this flies with just the weight and volume on, with no cargo in it, and see if this thing performs any good at all for a starter vessel. Now, we're not worried about this thing being the fastest, greatest, most maneuverable SV out there. It's a level 10 mid-game starter to the moon kind of, basic maneuvering, small POI type vessel. So, yeah, so again, weight and volume is on in this survival game here. And yeah, we're flying good. We've got some good maneuverability left to right strafe. We can descend pretty fast. We can recover and ascend pretty well. So yeah, pretty happy with that. I could probably take 2 of the downward thrust off and add to the upward thrust. If it becomes if it becomes an issue, yeah, I could totally do that. So we've got that little buffer, I think. So we're good here. Let's go ahead and land it because I wanna know the initial takeoff. So let's get out of God mode here. Oh, so it turns out I'm dying. Let's go ahead and fix that issue here. I'll go over to the stock forge here. It's got all the med bays and all that stuff. Just do a quick. That's weird. Why am I not? What am I missing here? Does this thing have to be on? I don't think it has to be on to receive medical treatment, does it? It's weird. Oh, do I have to be out of God mode? Maybe that's okay. Yeah. Oh, okay. I don't remember that being an issue before, but alright, cool. Alright, so we're out of that. Let's let's grab some snacks here. Let's grab some ration packs so we can whoop. There we go. Grab some rations. There we go. Now we're feeling good. We'll get some O2 going too. Let's Oh, there's no O2 in the tanks. Great. You need to be wearing armor to. Oh, makes sense. Oh, yeah. Never mind. We're not even on the arid planet. Why am I worrying about this? Cool. All right, so we're good. Let's fill this thing up with some. Yeah. All right, so we're gonna grab some combat steel. Well, here, let's go into God mode to do that because it's not gonna let me hold everything I can out of God mode. So we will do We'll do some base blocks and we'll do some combat steel. Let's grab a stack of that, and then we're gonna go to the container controller, and we're going to. Oh, why is it letting me? Let's try this here. Hold on. Let's go out of God mode. There we go. All right, so 6, and then we'll put 2 in each of these to fill these up. Okay, so we're good. So now let's trash these. Close that off. And then remember, we can access the cockpit from back here, which is always convenient. All right, so this is going to be initial takeoff. I'm out of God mode. We are totally filled up with the cargo controller and both ammo controllers. So all the storage is at max capacity right now. Let's see if this thing takes off. Yeah, so definitely noticing a difference in the takeoff. It's not as it's definitely not as springy as it was, but I lifted off. Let's see if I can recover okay here. Yeah, so see how long it takes me to recover. So yeah, you're definitely flying a lot more cautiously here. All right, so forward we still achieve max speed. Let's go reverse. Yeah, still max speed. Yeah, so I mean, we're moving. You can see that weight is evenly distributed. I'm not leaning off to one side by strafing left to right. That's usually a good. When I was testing another build, I noticed that I had put the cargo 1 block from center on one side and filled it up. And I noticed when I was turning left and right that when I turned left, I was actually veering down as well, because the weight was actually taking me down as I was going left. I was kind of rolling when I shouldn't have been. So yeah, we can see we're pretty good here. Now, of course, this is this is your standard starter. So yeah, we're just at gravity's at 1G there. So it's it's not definitely your harder planet like a Masparoon type deal. It's gonna be a bit more taxing here. Let's see if we could do that here. Oh, right. They changed the names of everything again. It's like I don't know. Yeah, I don't know what these are. I haven't been to these yet, so I have no idea what density or gravity it's got or whatever. So I'll need to do that because I need a test. But you know, we can see that on a standard. Let's remember this is a starter vessel too. So most most of the time people are starting on a 1G planet, right? Yeah, I didn't like that roll too much. So more or less we can get up to where we got to get up. Would it maybe make sense to decrease the downward? Because especially at full weight, I'm gonna go down. That's not a problem. We're not worried about going down. We're worried about going up. And while this is great on a 1G, this might be an issue if somebody wants to use this in a multiplayer on like a starter planet that's maybe more than 1G or whatever. So maybe we should devote a couple minutes to seeing if we can achieve this. Let's now if I turn this off in survival, okay, it still does kind of hang out here. Cool. All right, so as per design here, I'm not seeing any. I mean, I technically could put one here, but then the problem with that and what I want to avoid is chain reaction. So if I put a thruster here, it's connected to these thrusters and these thrusters. So basically one shot is going to nuke my strafe, my forward, and my up. Nah, I don't want to do that. I could go back one. I could knock this one out, and that wouldn't be so bad. Let's see what. Let's look up in here. Oh, okay, we got a generator. Cute. I mean, we got a generator there anyway, right? So something this small, chain reaction is a hard thing to negotiate, especially with these new extensions and stuff. I mean, it's almost impossible, right? But this isn't something that. Yeah, sorry, phone call. So yeah, well, let's do that. Well, no, I'm sorry. You know what? I can't do that. It's 2 blocks. I need 2 blocks. So I would have to. Yeah, no, I can't do that. So we got a generator here. We got a fuel tank here. Um, that's a thruster. Yeah, we're just all up. We're all up in some chain reaction here. But like I said, a starter vessel. I mean, once you get that much shots in, which is at least a block to 2 blocks thick. I mean, once you get that many shots in, you're done anyway. It's. But like I said, people aren't playing with this in multiplayer. They're playing in single player, and the frontal armor is the most important thing. So I don't have any chain reaction going on more or less with this, right? Other than like some RCS, and then of course the warp drive and stuff. But I made sure not to leave this aspect of it, the frontal vulnerable. And the sides have some padding here with these little wing emplacements and stuff. So, all right. So because I can't add here, I'll have to try to find. I just I don't see that as possible. I mean, I barely got these extra side thrusters in over here. So, God, I'd have to put them. Yeah, I don't know. Let's see. So where are they? Where are they from this aspect here? So I'm on this block. This is where these thrusters are. Okay, so right here. So now that's possible. If I okay, let's try that. So if I get rid of this, that's okay, that's the constructor. So let's take that out. Let's take these blocks out. Oh, that's a thruster. Yeah, that's this thruster. Okay, so yeah, problem is we're sitting here looking at the constructor, and that's only 1 block, right? So that's not good. And then the thrusters are right there. So if this thing wasn't in the way, I could totally switch out and add. I could just add 2 there anyway. That would be epic. But the constructors are there, so I need to figure out if I can move the constructors anywhere else. I really like them there. I mean, the fact that I have 2 constructors, it's kind of nice. It's not super important though, but it's kind of nice having 2 constructors. But on an SV, is it that big of a deal, especially in a starter SV, to have 2 constructors? I mean, you're not necessarily making biofuel like you would with an HV constantly, so you're not necessarily worried about that. Yeah, I don't know. Okay, so what I could no, I couldn't do that either. Could I go one above and put them there? No, I can't do that either. Because it's 1, 2. Oh, well, okay, let's try this. Let's try this. So if I get rid of these and I put them upward, yeah, see, yeah, it's just too long. So I was gonna say, if I put them upward like that. Now, okay, so I am gonna be getting rid of one of them here. So let's get rid of the furthest back one, because I do want to try to remain within that CPU. It would be cool to have something that is within CPU here. So, okay, so that's still exposed though. That's the problem there. Let's see if I can fix that some other way. Hold on. So, okay, so we got 2 there, right? So, okay, and nice. I could put a block there, and I can. Well, no, I can't, because I got to. I gotta leave that open for the thrusters. Damn it. And then I mean, I would be getting the 1, but then chain reaction, and yeah, it's just not plausible right there. Just not, no, it's not gonna work. There's too many problems. It's susceptible to damage up there, down there. Yeah, I don't want to do that. So we gotta leave so the problem, okay, so, oh, right, okay. I forgot that the ammo boxes didn't have extensions or anything, so does that matter? Let me see. No, it doesn't really. Well, what's this? This is a steel block? Yeah, steel block. And what's this? This is a steel block. This is a steel block. Okay, so let's try that. So we remove these, right? So this is the wireless connection. Let's get rid of that. And this is the core. So we're gonna move those 2 things back 1. So let's grab a core, let's grab a wireless connection, and let's put these back 1. Still not chain reacting with anything other than that 1 thruster, which is fine. Just like so. So we got those back, right? So now let's. That's only 1 back though. So what's this other one here? This is going to. Oh, we got some room going on here. Let's put it back 1 more. Yeah, screw it. Let's put it back 1 more. Got some room here. I think I got some room. Thruster. I mean, yeah, let's admit it. This is a little bit of chain reaction, but I'm okay with that on a starter. And it's not in the front, so it's not that bad situation there. Okay, so we're gonna remove these controllers. Oh, forgot that we got stuff in them. Yeah, let's let's take the blocks out. So we're gonna get rid of these. That'll stop in a second. And we're gonna put the constructors in the center. So let's grab the 2 constructors here. Let's see here. Yep, just like that. You're just gonna do your thing for a second. That's fine. Get out of here. There we go. Okay, so we got that. So now let's grab 2 more of the ammo container controllers, because they don't even have extensions. They're just straight up container controllers. And what I could actually do, let's do this. While that looked cool, not necessary. So because it's just 1 block, right? So let's put these outward like that. And now look at that. That frees us up some room to put some more thrusters here. Awesome. All right, so we're gonna grab the two that we pulled off the downward thrust, and we're gonna make them upward thrust, so that we got some more push for the buck here. But see, now we're gonna run into this. Oh, I do have two though. Let's see. Okay, let's see how that looks. I'm not sure how much these are. Are they 50 or 100? I don't know. Oh, I feel a way about that. I don't know. Oh, buddy, I don't know. Yeah, I feel a little bit of a way about that, but honestly, I think we're okay. What takes CPU here? Let's look at the situation here with this CPU business. Constructors take CPU. 200. That's volume. No, not CPU, I guess. Oh, it's up there. Okay, no, I don't see CPU there. So thrusters, containers, container controllers, they're all 50, right? So, and then RCS, I think are, RCS are 100. Ouch. So if I were to deduct, 2 RCS, I'd be good. How many RCS are on this thing? 18? Yeah, I don't know. Let's see how twitchy it is now. Pun intended. Let's do an update here just before I crash this thing. Write that because I'm feeling pretty good about that. Let's all right, so power usage is at 87. That's something else to look at. Now this is with well, the container controller is full, so we'll still call it pretty much full load, right? Yeah, I mean, I'm moving all over the place. I don't think RCS is an issue at all. And this is with full load, right? Is it with full? I mean, I did take off the yeah, I took these out. So let's add these back, just so we can be legal here before I go calling things full load and they're not full load. Now we get that side to side. There we go. Now we're full load. So yeah, we're within power usage. Of course, that's only one set of thrusters, right? If I was to, yeah, so I don't like that. I need another generator. See, I'm going over here. I'm overclocking. And this is just on a standard 1G planet. Imagine if you were on a 2 or 3G planet. You'd be all up in the 150s to 200 power usage. So while that doesn't really matter right now, if they ever make that a thing where you can't cap the power usage, then my builds are gonna tank, right? If I start ignoring that. All right, so we're good on that. Let's So I like that little modification. That works out. Let's go out here and then turn it off again, so we could look under it. Yeah, so that's fine. No problems there as far as blocking thrusters. So we're good there. Let's clean this up a bit. All right, so yeah, we got full access to everything. Yeah, I'm liking that. I feel a little weird about this, but not enough to want to mess with it. I think that looks okay with these other thrusters. Or should I make those solid as well? But it wouldn't really work because of that crease there. It wouldn't really work. Could make this one solid and that one not. I think it's fine. So, alright, so let's, oh, we gotta, that looks weird, doesn't it? Oh, what did I do here? Oh, right, okay, so, yeah, let's fix you here. We'll put blocks there, and we'll put a block here, And then we'll just do the regular 45s to clean that up. Solid those up. And then we're going to go orange on these. There we go. Alright, cool. So we're back on that. I mean, I could technically have moved these front ones, but that might be smart. Yeah, no, let's do that. Revision 1 here. We're gonna move the frontalmost thruster here, so that way, you know, they're likely to shoot at your cockpit, and that thruster being right there is definitely susceptible to damage, and then you just got nothing but chain reaction after that. So put the other one back here. Yeah, that's better. Whoop. There we go. Alright, so that's better. So we still are a bit over CPU, 150 over. I'm not going to sweat it. If it's a matter of, you know, they stick with that 750, then so be it. I'll just have to adjust, you know, after the fact. It wouldn't be a big problem. So we're good on that. We're good on power. It goes up and down, full load, all that's great. Yeah, I mean, I think we're pretty much good to go here. I think I can go ahead and call this one done. Probably give it a once. What's that? Oh, that's. Oh, I forgot I would do that. Yeah, so this is the problem with texturing that. Damn. It's not so bad. Yeah, that's fine, right? Yeah, that's alright. Yeah, sorry about the background. My 4-year-old's watching TV, so you'll hear some weird stuff going on. But yeah, I think we're good. Let's this is one for the books here. Power is at 44 minutes, but that's with all kinds of thrusters going on here. Or sorry, 44. Yeah, 44 minutes. Turn these off here, and we go to 8 hours, 46 minutes. So that's cool. Yeah, I mean that's fine. You're not, you know, there's no reason why you should be leaving your SV on. You know, like you would leave your HV even, or your, you know, because I mean, yeah, there's a fridge, but you know, this is rarely somebody's only transportation. You know, if they have an SV, then they're probably moving to and from a base. They're not living out of an SV because there's just not enough sustainable equipment. There's no med station. There's no stuff like that. So, you know, you don't necessarily need the 24-hour window I try to achieve with the HVs for multiplayer. So, all right. So I think we're good. Let's give this one more save. So all I got to do is find a name for it. And yeah, throw it up on the workshop, and that should be up there. Try to get it up this weekend, so you guys can get that. The unnamed starter SV to be added to my collection. So for the next build here, I am going to be building basically a cargo SV, and I'm going to be doing it in line with the designer's challenge that I talked about yesterday on my Discord. So it's the designer's challenge, and it's about 3 weeks to a month that you have to build, build something. It'll be a theme. So like I said, this month it's going to be a cargo SV. So an SV that's main focus is cargo hauling. I'm leaving it wide open because there's a lot of things that are going to prevent you anyway. I don't want to make it any harder. So, if that's a really small SV that can hold some cargo, if that's a huge SV that you've managed to achieve this big amount of cargo, like, there's already some on the workshop. There's already, I already have about 6 to 8 entries of people that have already built these very recently. So, um, Spange has a really good one. So, there's a lot out there already. So I kind of want to build on that because I think it's a really important vehicle type currently in the game. A lot of people need to be moving, cargo to and from different places, from, their space station down to their regular base, or to and from planets, to and from a CV, whatever, right? So, um, currently on my workshop, I have what I call the Cargo Pup series, and none of these are gonna work anymore. All of these are more or less legacy builds at the now, right? They're just not gonna I'm not gonna spend time trying to fix these to where they make sense, because yeah, I mean, it's just cargo doesn't work like this anymore. You know, it used to be that you can just have an SV and you can have this, and my God, the days where you can have 50 64 stacks of ore in each box and just carry around an entire mountain. You can't achieve that anymore. So, these were great before, but yeah, they're not gonna work anymore. Technically, sure, you can put that won't even open, which is weird. Uh, yeah, that's weird. Technically before, I could put extensions every other one and have extensions and do something similar. But, then it's weight distribution. So it's too much to try to fix with these. So I'm not going to worry about it. They're small enough to where I could just make a new design and, build a good, cargo SV. And that's what we're going to do. So, I think I will start. Let's, where am I? I'm in the, I gotta come over here. Whoop. Let's, go over here. Do I want to be that crowded, though? Maybe I want a fresh palette here. Yeah, that lag's real. Got a lot of stuff spawned over here. Yeah, this is a bit much. Let's move just over here somewhere. Yeah, this looks cool. Let's do this. Alright, so we're gonna focus on, I really want to get this thing kind of as big as I can, with it still making sense. I don't know yet if I want to achieve the 7500 or not. I'm kind of thinking about that. It'd be cool to kind of have it somewhere close to that, but I'm not super worried about it. This might not be the best place here. Let's go somewhere flatter here, like right here by the water. This could be cool here. These trees will go away once I knock this out. There we go. Yeah, that's enough room there. Alright, yeah, I really like this foundation. XL by J. Randall. This thing's huge. Like it. I mean, I just, honestly, like, I appreciate that he took the time to literally change the colors here to here. It's so subtle, but it's like, it just makes it look so authentic, instead of it just being one solid color. Yeah, it's those little things he just spends time on that are, always impressive to me. But, it's subtle enough to where a lot of people don't even notice it, right? But I mean, he's literally sitting there with a gun going every 3 blocks and painting it a lighter color. It's just cool. And then underneath the thing, like, imagine The detail underneath this thing is ridiculous. You're never gonna look at it, but my God, he must have spent an entire evening or two just doing this, and you'll probably never see it. I mean, I guess if you had this thing all the way up to where those things were on the ground, you might walk under it one day. I don't know why, but I guess that's something you do. So it's kind of funny. All right, so let's okay, so we're doing another SV, so we're not veering too far from what we were doing. So let's grab a small vessel block. Let's grab some blocks. So I guess the first thing we want to think about is I definitely don't want to worry about this being this can be an end game vessel basically. I'm not too worried about that. We'll try to keep it mid-level, but I'm not gonna focus too much on it being like a starter situation. It could be mid-level. That's fine. I'm not going to put any Zircosium or Estrum or anything on it, but I definitely don't need it to just be steel. Because, you're carrying your cargo. This is something that you're going to be carrying a good amount of stuff with, and you want it somewhat protected. So I don't want to, I don't want to jeopardize that by just using steel. And a lot of people, they don't take the time to upgrade the blocks. They just go to a new vessel, right? So I want this thing to progress with people all the way to end game. So, we'll go ahead and use the hardened steel. It's already a cargo vessel, so it's going to be heavy anyway. So let's just go for it. Let's go ahead and grab cockpit, and we'll just start there. I'm not worried about everything else right now. Well, I guess let's get the thrusters out of the way here. Oh, I'm in. Yeah, right. I'm in survival. Okay, so I guess the first thing I need to think about is, what's the shape of this thing? You're carrying your cargo around in it, so it's important that you're protecting that first. So normally I would do a rear cockpit, and I would let the frontal protect me, but the frontal's my cargo more or less, right? So I don't know if that's something I necessarily want to do. Now let's do the cargo first here. So, I mean, obviously it's also extensions. So this is the one great thing about the cargo system is you only really need to have access to the controller. So I can have these extensions completely encased in blocks and be fine. So I don't really need to worry about, someone accessing it like they would with the old cargo pups, having to access every box. So I really just need to kind of figure out where I want the business to be. If I think I do want people to be able to walk through it. So I think that's the first thing I've decided now is I want people to walk through it. So because of that, we're going to, you want to make it a minimum of 5 blocks wide, uh, 3 blocks to walk through. As long as I have a hallway of 3 blocks, I know that's comfortable to walk through. Um, the next thing would be the height of it. So we want to make sure we got that. Yeah, I can't do this in survival. We're gonna have to go to creative and get this going. Yeah, I just realized I'm using steel blocks. I gotta switch these. Alright, so we got those switched out with that little, if you guys don't know how to do that, there's a whole list of that you could find. I might do a tutorial on that one day, but there's a whole list of, replace block commands that you can use to replace all the different blocks and stuff just really quickly. If you're doing a more complex build, you'd also want to do, instead of full, you do thin, because thin covers all those little half blocks and weird angle shapes and stuff. And you're able to quickly change an entire vessel out really quickly. So, like some of these starter vessels I got, you can literally just do that command and change it to like combat steel or whatever you want. Alright, so that's this is basically the bottom of the hole, so we'll work from there. A lot of times, you can build in space. I need lighting. It drives me nuts building in space sometimes. Oh, first time I used that shape. Hell yeah. Look at that. I haven't been able to use that shape yet. That's freaking awesome. Alright. Hell yeah. Hey guys, so who all we got in here? Guys are pretty quiet in chat. Hey, what's up, Valerian? How you doing? Oh, nice. Yeah, trying to build something a little different than I normally do. But I mean, it's a cargo cargo SV. So I am kind of going after like a cargo, military cargo transport or something. But smaller obviously. But we'll see how much I can fit in this. It'd be kind of cool. Like I don't want to build something super big as an SV, right? Because the problem I'm gonna have now is RCS. RCS is gonna be nuts on this. So. Definitely going over CPU. I don't think there's much way around that. Well, again, it's cargo, so it doesn't need to fight. It doesn't need to, you know, turn on a dime or anything. Let's be realistic. But, at full capacity, I want it to be able to turn, not be ridiculous. But it could, a little roleplay value. It could be, not super easy to move either, right? Make it a little interesting in the game. So, let's see what we do here. So definitely wanted to give it a lot of upward thrust. So I think that's gonna help that situation out here. Now I just have to figure out where I'm gonna put the other thrust here since I've utilized this area. So close that off for now. And of course this is just rough shaping right now. We're still gonna we're gonna change a lot of this, but I'm just trying to form it. Once we form it and get it the way we want it, then we're gonna. I really like what happened back here, though. This last shape is amazing. Oh man, I haven't used it yet, but when I was able to put that in there, that just changed the game right there. Because normally I would have had to redo that whole thing. But yeah, that really worked out, and I like the way that looks. So let's see here. Yeah, the only problem I have here is my upward thrust. So let's see how that goes. Oh, hey, see, what's up, Tic Tac? I didn't see you there. Welcome, welcome. Oh yeah, you know how that goes. That's gonna be fun. That'll take some days. Yeah, I'm not too worried about that. I think that'll turn out pretty good. Um, I yeah, I'll probably try to keep it military color, like kind of like this over more of that style, or maybe just go with a different color altogether. I don't know. I have problems with the colors, even though I'm able to use all the colors. It's like I find I don't know. I don't like too many colors. I like the orange, but yeah, just as a little highlight, not as a solid situation. So Oh, well, welcome, Tic Tac. Appreciate you stopping in. Yeah, I think this is good. So that's enough side thrust. I think that's enough lift. Well, we'll see. I have no idea, to be honest, because I have no idea how much cargo I'm putting in this thing. This is going to be warp capable as well. Um, that's enough to. Well, let's I hate to use this. Yeah, we're gonna have to. That's fine. So we're gonna protect this from chain reaction here. So we'll go ahead and seal that off for now. Let's see here. And yep, so that's good. We're probably gonna need some more forward thrust. Actually, yeah, you know what? Let me not mess with these medium thrusters at all. Because we're good. I mean, you know, like I said, we're not trying to make this thing a starter vessel or anything. So we can go ahead and get fancy with the jet. And then that's just going to give us more power anyway. Now, see, this is a problem. Because if these get shot out, that's going to chain react and blow those up. So, yeah, dang it. I'm going to have to do that. These can't go out anymore either. Yeah, that's, what is this, 2 blocks or 1 block? That's 2 blocks, so I could, no, I can't go out anymore. Well, yeah, no, I could. And it wouldn't technically be, blocking the thrusters, but that'll just look weird if I go out any more than that, so I'm gonna leave that alone. Now, I could swoop down one more. Alright, let's try that. Let's go down one more. And we'll put them on the lower plane. Yeah, it almost looks better anyway with that longer, yeah, I kind of like that. Alright, cool. Let's, so we're gonna take this out. What am I doing here? Yeah, so we're gonna take this out one more. Oh, there we go. So this one's fine. I can do that. So put that there. And then what's going on here? These will go like that. Yeah, so that's one. Still got a block in between them. So yeah, we're good. We're good. We're gonna go all the way to the end here. Give us some good forward thrust there. So let's see how that turned out. Oh, wow. Yeah. So we could let's take that one back here. See how we go there. 2.8, that's good. I mean, it's gonna be heavy, right? So you definitely want to have thrust, you know, I mean, you always want more forward thrust than anything, but you know, with cargo and weight, now we need to really worry about upward thrust, and we actually need to be able to slow this thing down reasonably, so that reverse thrust is going to be important as well. So let's stick with that. See, I really like these small jet thrusters because they really do add up quickly in comparison. So you're able to kind of use them a little more sparingly than you would with like the mediums where you got to put all kinds of them on there. All right, so next is obviously RCS. We gotta get RCS going throughout. Now that's gonna be the real problem here because this thing's big. Yeah, I think it's a pipe dream if I think I'm gonna be able to stay within. It's actually impossible because extensions as well, and I'm putting all kinds of extensions in this thing. So let me just forget about CPU now before I drive myself nuts. Forget about it. Yeah, we're gonna let's get some RCS evenly distributed here. So we're gonna do this here. Gonna get that frontal. Now it does matter where you put RCS as well, so remember that. You want to have them evenly distributed about so that it affects how it moves definitely. So let's do that. What is that there? So that's 32. It's 32. Let's give it a shot now. Oh, let me put generator in here just to test. So we're gonna put just put them in the middle here. We're gonna we'll get rid of them once we finish the test here. See what we're working with. Why? I wonder why I did that. Oh yeah, so sweet ride without anything in it. Yeah, plenty of RCS for it being empty and not built yet, but not bad. Yeah, so those thrusters really make a big difference. I mean, I can go straight up and down, no problem. Even, force correct after like a big thrust down, I'm able to completely switch out just because of those medium thrusters really giving me that proper lift here. Let's do some side thrusting here. Yeah, look at that. Stop on a dime. Look at that. Yeah. Enjoy this now, because this will all change once I get these cargo things in here. This might be worth saving as is. If I ever want to make a fighter out of this, I could start at this stage and go a different way here. So let's do that. Let's save this thing. So what are we calling this? We're gonna call it a cargo blade whip. What did I do wrong here? Oh, blueprint already exists. What am I doing wrong here? Oh wow, I've literally already tried to make something like this before. What the hell is that? Hold on, I'm curious. What the hell is this? Interesting. Yeah, that's pretty old. So I guess I was trying to make something. Yeah, interesting. Alright. Well, damn. Let me delete that, because that's not gonna work anymore. So delete that. Now we're gonna try to save this again. There we go. New cargo blade whip. Hopefully we'll get further along than that. Oh, I mean, obviously we already have, right? So, alright, so presently that works just fine. So let's get rid of the extra here. And start cranking this thing out. So, okay, so we are going to be going to further out here. So let's get this going. That's going to be the hole there. Now I can totally manipulate some of this here and do some RCS down here. RCS is important. Obviously, we're going to need to add more and more just because of the the weight this thing's gonna have. Once it weighs more and once it's in a weight mass area, it's gonna be heavy as hell. So sort that. All right, let's start getting some internals going here because I need to see what I have to work with. Yeah, so I don't want to leave any space to chance here. So let's try to make the most out of the space I've kind of constricted myself to here. Oh, I need to go back into symmetry mode. Let's do that. Before I lose my mind here and start doing stuff, and then I gotta go and redo stuff and drive me nuts. Alright, so that goes out like that. I want to, let's see here. I guess I want to continue from here. Don't want to do that. But then that cuts down. Could just do. No, I want to go. I mean, I guess I could just do that. Let's try that. I don't like that though. I mean, that's fine for this transition, I guess. We'll see how that works. Yeah, it doesn't look bad. Alright, so yeah, we'll actually we'll take that all the way to there. There you go, and then that just kind of transitions out. So that's cool. Yeah, and these are strong blocks, so it works. Okay, so we've got that space. So now we've extended the been able to extend the outward here so we can put some more stuff. Namely extensions, generators, stuff to that effect. So the workable space you really only need to walk in is 3 blocks. You don't want to do 1 block. That's too cramped. It'll drive you nuts. So 3 blocks is good. And then you can even manipulate by doing little flat blocks to block stuff off for, you know, things to be airtight and stuff. So we got all this space to work in. So, you know, this is protected, be it. Okay, so the other problem with the cargo extensions that I need to really watch out for is if one of them gets damaged or gets shot out, the contents of that entire cargo container it's spawned out in the world, so it's gone. It doesn't matter which one gets shot out, it gets, you know, I'll show you here. So if I this will be a good test anyway. I don't need that many. Okay, so you know, take this here, right? If we just make a little string of extensions here, and then we put this here, and then we put these contents in here, right? So we've got that 1,000 whatever. So if I remove, well, let's actually shoot it here so we can get the proper test here. So debug something. There we go. Assault rifle debug. Some ammo. I don't need ammo. Yeah, so there you go. They're right there. So it doesn't matter which gets shot out. You're losing the contents of that entire cargo system, which is kind of crazy to me. I never put them back. Yeah, no, I never put them back. So. Yeah, again, so that's a real problem. I don't like that. I guess I get it, but that's rough. So it used to be, you know, you'd have a bunch of boxes, and you know, if one gets compromised, whatever's in that one gets compromised. But now, the entire, you know, vessel is compromised more or less, especially a cargo vessel, something that you're transporting, you know, you're transporting valuable stuff to. So, yeah, so I can't leave anything to chance. So when it comes to this, I can't have extensions here because if this gets shot out right here, this is gonna chain react to those extensions, and it's gonna blow them up. So I need to stay within this situation here, up on here, stuff like that. So yeah, just basically, all I'm saying is look out for chain reaction, and don't put your extensions in vulnerable areas because they will get shot out. So we're gonna do sets here. So all this is gonna be 2 big stations here like that, and we're gonna do just like that. All right, so those are 2 big systems, right? And within that, I'm gonna do like that. So this is 5,000. What? It's like nothing, right? Like, jeez, that's just so disappointing. Yeah, it's like nothing. All right, so let's continue here. Let's try to build on that. So these RCS are up against there. Ooh, I don't like that. Yeah, I don't like that. We're gonna have to move these RCS somewhere else. I don't like that they're up against that. So let's go ahead and put some blocks blocking that. Let's see here. Okay, like that, right? So now that's protected. Now that's not gonna be a problem. I'm gonna go ahead and seal these off here. Okay, so now we can still manipulate this space in the back here. So got that. Now the next issue is gonna be the distribution of weight here. I need to make sure that this back is real back heavy now. Like I've just put a whole bunch of business back there. So we need to make sure that it's relative to what I'm doing up front here. So 7750. 7750. So now we're looking at so hold on. Let's spawn a couple of these let's spawn some stuff to reference to here. I always like to reference what other people are doing. Let me see here. Let me find some of the okay, so this was a very popular build here recently on the workshop. This is the Bastion, and this is by Bone Dog. Let's see, what's the cargo capacity on this bad boy? Guessing this is one of those ones you can't access from outside. Yeah, let's just see what we got here. So, container controller, 10,000. So 10,000. So this thing's already has more capacity than this, but obviously it's a lot bigger, right? So, all right. So let's find something else here. The cargo frog. This is Spange's. Yeah, it's cool. So he's got a whole walk-up in this thing, and he's got all the fanciness going on here. I like this. Okay, so this is the ammo. This is the ammo. So he's got ammo evenly distributed on both sides. And then here's the container controller, and this has got 32,000. Epic. So this whole innard is basically extensions. Yeah, well, there's some steel blocks there in the front, but more or less all this business here is container extensions. So. Very cool. Hey, you want a little, yeah. Hey, be symmetrical there. It's interesting. Or he forgot. One or the other. He'll probably tell you that's on purpose, but I don't know. I don't know. I want to point that out to him. That's funny. So okay, so yeah, so based on these two, this one's about the same size as mine, if not a little bigger, more or less the same size per weight, right? So 32,000, that's a big number, right? So that's something to shoot for. Um, I definitely have more room. I can definitely carry these even single string to avoid this, and then end up over here again, eventually. So we'll work on that. We do still need to fit fuel tanks. We still need to fit generators, warp tank. Your usual little, like Spange would say, little bits and bobs and what's not. So still need to work on that. Oh, I'm sorry. I haven't been looking at the chat at all. So the way it works is this. It only pops if your volume drops lower than the amount of contents. If your volume drops lower than the amount of contents. It isn't any time anyone goes. Fill one part way and blow some. Do more comprehensive test, please. I have. You will only lose things if the volume of the contents exceeds the new volume of the container group. Not anytime any extension goes. The only time losing one block will always pop everything is when the controller goes. So, okay, so what are you saying? You're saying it only pops if your volume drops lower than the amount of contents. If your volume drops lower than the amount of contents. Okay, so let's redo this here. So we've got it drops lower. Okay, I understand what you're saying. So if this thing was full and it was at max amount, yeah, that's exactly at max amount. So if I was to kill an extension, it would go lower than what's in there and it would drop it. So if I had this thing at half and I killed one, did I get rid of my gun? Totally got rid of my gun. That was stupid. Okay, so gotcha. But if I killed this one, it would be screwed, right? So let's do that again. Let's do half of that. And then let's kill this one. Yeah, okay. So I get it. Thank you. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, cool. So that's not, that's, so that just adds even more tactics to the way you build these things and the way you build the extensions and whatnot. So, all right, cool. So that's not so bad. So, yeah, thanks for that. That's awesome intel. So, all right, let's continue figuring this out here. So we've got the space going in here. We definitely want to buffer this out. These get compromised. Let's see here. Let's do this. Yeah, definitely. No, that's a good point. Now with the miners, like my auger per se, like that's a different story because you're always pretty much gonna have those things full. But in a situation like this, if you've got two, so this is another thing I just thought about. It could be a problem doing two separate. Yeah, it doesn't actually make sense to do two separate systems. Because if they don't have one side full and the other full, they're always going to have weight issues, balance issues. So I really need to, I really need to stick with one system here. So I think we'll do that. The only problem with one system, and I've heard this a lot, is I think it was actually you that said this, Alarion, is you only have so many slots. So you're moving stuff and you're moving a large amount of stuff, but if you have 64 stacks of ingots, that's it. No matter if this thing can hold 4 times that in weight, you only have so many slots. So that's a thing. I think what I'll do is I'll make it I think I'll make this a modular option situation. So what I'll do is I'll have a breakpoint in the center, and that will allow people to break off the cargo into two sections. So if they need if they need more slots, then they can literally sever the cargo in half and then just add a controller. So what I'll do is I'll have a space for each cargo controller. I could simply put them in there, and then just it can be an auxiliary controller, and basically you would have to sever the connection in order for it to. I don't know. I couldn't do that because it wouldn't let me put a second controller on one system. So I just have to have a space to where they can put the cargo controller if they want to add a second one, and make it a binary system. Binary, bilateral. I don't know. Whatever. Trying to sound smart here. Okay, so yeah, let's do that. We're going to block the RCS here, block the RCS here, and that'll give us room down here to. I think I'm going to put the generators and stuff here. Now, yeah, I'll do that. So that'll be buffered, and that's okay. And I'll put the extensions out here because it's already covered from outward. So I'm not worried about shots inward because, if that's the case, then you're already screwed anyway, right? So we're going to do 4 generators, I think. Yeah, 4 generators. Let's do 4 fuel tanks as well. And we're just going to put them right here because that's, because like I said, and we're going to have redundancy, so there'll be I think we want to do 2 more generators at least, and more fuel tanks. So there'll be redundancy. If that blows, then there'll be other options. But this is going to be the most padded area because all that's going to be filled in with blocks. So it would take a lot for them to get into that one section. So I think that's okay. And then this is all going to be padded up. So I think we're good. Alright, so we're going to extend this out like this. You know what I just thought about, which I totally should have done, is half blocks. Why am I doing full extension blocks when I could be doing half and giving myself some more walk room here? Let's do that. Well, I'm getting wild with the delete here. Let's be careful. I don't want to hit my ramp, because sometimes those things are hard to put back on. Let's do this, and then let's take it to this. Oh. There we go. That's a bit better. That's a bit better. I like that. So I've found throwing a couple standard containers really helps too. You can keep a lot of light things like, yeah, no, definitely. So pretty much on all my builds, I have my standard color coding system that I'm gonna be maintaining even in the new patch. So I've got my my red, green, and blue, which is for green is for ammo and guns and stuff. Red is for medical, and blue's for fuel and O2. So I'm definitely maintaining that with all my builds, so that you have a because yeah, you definitely want to have that extra storage for just that basic stuff, so you're not using up slots for that. So that's another thing. Yeah, it wouldn't hurt to have some basic cargo, a little block, even something this big, even have like, a good 12 stack of regular cargo containers, like 6 on each side. I'll totally do that. So, all right, so we need to figure out the spacing here. So this is going to be void spacing here. So none of this is going to be in play. Let's go ahead and block that off for now. Okay, so this is your this is the internal area here. So I am gonna do should I? I'll just do some passenger. I'm not really. Am I worried about that? Yeah, I guess if you get shot, I always like to have options for piloting. I like to give people that internal cockpit, just so that if they do get shot down or something, or if their cockpit gets shot out, they have a secondary way to move the vessel in a situation like that. So let's do that. Let's So the other thing with the patch is being able to get in and out of the vessel is really important now. Or sorry, in and out of the cockpit. So these internal cockpits, you got to be careful with them now. I'll do a passenger. Whoop, I don't think I could do 2. Can I? Let's see if I can do that. Oh, I think I'm falling to the planet now. Did I mess up? Oh no, yeah, I fell down. Okay, that's fine. Landed. So let's go out of God mode. Okay, so I still end up right here. Now with this might be an issue. Oh no, I fell in front. That's fine. This one. Okay, so cool. So let me do this. Let me take this one back a couple just to more aesthetically, but just to get that looking a little better here. And then let's actually let's do these sideways here. Oh, right? No, I can't do that. Those are half. Yeah, no, I can't do it. I gotta do it like that. Okay. Yeah, fine. I'm not in love with that. Well, we'll see. We'll see how it ends up. So you still have access, you walk up here, you still have access to the upper cockpit. Move here, you still got access going out there. Got access here. Cool. Okay. So let's do. Where's this gonna meet? I guess where would be the best place for? I mean, I guess it'd be like right here or something, right? Let's take this here. Oh, I don't have that flat block though, so that doesn't make sense. I don't really have much space either. We'll see how half blocks do. Oh, that's a, oh, right? Yeah, let's fix that. I wish I had the other one. Dang. Hmm. That works, right? Think so. Oh, can I do, is there these? Oh, this is gonna blow my mind right here. Oh, they're half. Yeah, they're half now. Dang, I thought I was gonna be able to string all these too. But technically, I mean, I could do half blocks. It seems like I can space it, but well, let's see what we're working with here. Okay, so 20,000. 20,000 cargo capacity. Not quite the cargo frog over there. Is that what it's called? The cargo leapfrog. Where you at? Where you at, buddy? The cargo frog. It's not quite the cargo frog, but I feel like I need to. Yeah, I feel like I need a top spange here and do more than that. I don't know if that's possible though. I mean, I guess it is. If I do half blocks just all over the ceiling, then all day. But it'll just look weird with that curve. Well, let's do the bottom one here, and yeah, let's really go nuts here. Let's try to make this work. Oh, yeah, see, I'm already messing up. Alright, so we're going to do... Ooh, that's... Yeah, see, that's the next problem is... I don't have that 45. It drives me nuts. Why didn't they give us that? This one right here. If I had this one as a cargo container, boom, look at that. And then I could just go to half block and done. But nah, they didn't give us that. It's annoying. Super annoying. If I do that, then yeah, I mean it's no bueno. Um, hmm. Problems. I mean, technically, this is still connected to the system, right? So technically, this still works. But, you know, looks stupid. So I could use this and then just go flat to flat like that. All right, let's see if I could do that and still walk around reasonably. Am I... Oh no, I'm in God mode. All right, let's get out of God mode. Yeah, so that's pushing it. I don't like how... I don't like how low that is. It's kind of claustrophobic to me. I don't like that. Not happy with that. I like some room. I mean, yes, the purpose of this thing is cargo, and that's the most important thing. But you gotta like it, right? You gotta like using the thing. And if I'm cramped up in there like that, I'm not liking it. I'm not happy with it. I want to be able to move around and feel like I'm in a legitimate vessel. So, damn, they just gave us that one, let me stop fantasizing about it here. So, okay, so this is, okay, wait a minute. So this is a thought. Technically, that's a full block. No, it's not going to connect. Well, if I just connect it once, then fine. Okay, hold on. Let me see something here. So if I just connect it once somewhere, be it in the front here or wherever, then we're good. All right, let's try this. We're gonna do this. So take this up like that. Take that like that. I'm gonna go along here like that. Now that's connecting those, right? Those are connected. Oh, well. Right. But okay, so whatever. They're not connected to that, but well, let's connect that. So oh. Yeah, these need to connect to that in order for this to make sense. Okay, so let's do that over here then. No, not there. So like that. Okay, so now that's connected, right? Yeah. 17,000. Okay, cool. So we don't need to do that over here. Let's forget about that. And let's go, well, we'll forget about that too. Like that. Then we're gonna go like that, right? And then we're just gonna take these all the way down to there. Then we're gonna do half block extensions. Okay, so let's make sure this works first. So 167.50 is what we're at now, right? Now we're gonna fill extensions out all the way down. Oh, I guess it connects there too. Cool. Okay, so boom, right? 20,000. 20,000. Why do I feel like I didn't gain anything there? Wasn't I at 20,000? What was that 20,000? What's this thing at? Damn it. Alright, well, let's just keep going then. No reason those can't all be extensions. Whoop. What are we doing now? Oh, I didn't do much. Well, 22, I guess. Kind of a cool little cockpit situation there. I am gonna go remove that so we could do the LCD situation there. 21,750. All right, let's see how this plays nice with these. What's going on here? Why doesn't that want to do a thing? What's this? Oh, is that like a half bar or something? That's weird. Okay, do that, and then just do extensions all the way up here. Now I know I'm blocking my internal access to the cockpit, so I'll fix that. No. That's the cockpit. Okay. Fair enough. Okay, so we go to God mode. So I'm here, and then boom, I could still access the regular cockpit from there. Cool. I might want to do that across the board though. Like I feel like that's kind of hard to see. Let's do that with all of these. Then we can actually go out with these and do them on both sides, so you can kind of see at least. So I'll do that. I'll do that. And we're still getting the same amount of cargo. It's just, now I can at least see the upper cockpit there, so that's cool. All right, so we are at 2,300. Not too shabby. All right, let's see if we can get out. Yes, we can get out there. Test other side. Yes. And yes. Okay, cool. So those work okay. What other options do I have on this? Do I have any cylinders? I do have cylinders. Cool. Might play around with some cylinders too and get some. Well, I don't have the headroom to really mess with piping, so I'm not really going to get too fancy with the roof or anything. I'm going to keep this somewhat industrial, without being too overly simple. So, okay, so next is I didn't leave myself too much to play with as far as other equipment. Let's look at what we got here. So we definitely need to do the usual, all the basic quality of life stuff. Wireless connection, all that crap's got to go in here. So the problem is I left myself half block spacing, which isn't good. I need to be able to, it's a radiation situation there too. Yeah, I really got to think about this. Like, part of me wants to make this thing a bit wider. I mean, I really like the look of it and the size of it, but it might have to go another block out on each side so I can get what I want in it here. Let's mess around with that. So let's first save this thing again. Cargo blade, right? Oh, I wasn't. Well, whatever. I wasn't supposed to save over it. That was my first copy. Oh, that's fine. So, yeah, let's do some craziness here. No, I don't want to go so much wrong. Selection, Scale selection. Oh, what am I doing? It's been a while. All right. No, I don't want to move it. I want to cut. Yeah, I want to cut. And I want to move selection out one. I want to paste. Where's paste? Copy, paste. There we go. Oh, does that go? No, that's fine. Wait, why is that up one? I didn't tell you to go up one. Confusing shit. Alright, move selection. There we go. Yeah, that's what we want, right? Alright, so now we're going to I gotta press N again, right? No. Oh, I gotta paste it again. There we go. Now that's in stone. Oh, it's not. Damn it. Yeah, read that a bit too late there. Where's the undo thing? Well, I guess I could just cut it again. Yeah, let's do it. Cut. And then, yeah, move it up one. There we go. Good. Alright, cool. Now let's move the selection. It's already moved, yeah. I feel like I could drag this. Why am I doing this? Whatever, it's working. Alright. Yep, like that. Let's cut. Let's go out one. Let's paste. Paste. Done. Alright. Now we are one wider. And still looking pretty sweet. Alright, so yeah, I like that. That's a bit better. Do something with this. Alright, so let's get rid of selection. Yeah, let's clean this up here. So, oh, I should have gone into oh. There we go. Yeah, now I got some room to play with. We could definitely probably get at 30 now. Oh, wait on, calm down. Cool. So let's do the ceiling at least. Well, we have to connect it anyway, right? So let's do the ceiling. $27, still not there. Still not there. Ugh. All right, fair enough. But the thing though, right, is I could totally manipulate the ground as well because I've got layers here to play with. So yeah, we're good. We're gonna get over 30, not a problem. We'll do at least the first two here, and we'll just make that solid extensions as well. So right now, let's worry about getting the rest of this equipment in here. Yeah, let's fix this. Clean this up a bit. Oh, see? This is what happens when you don't go into cemetery and you just forget. Oh. Luckily, I kind of know what I'm doing here. Oh, I see. How far do I want to go with that? I don't know. Might be going overboard with this bottom part. Might just want to seal that up a bit. Let's do that. Because that's kind of, one shot, one block, and you're done. So I probably want to protect that a bit more than I am here with this one little. Yeah, I mean, I like to do quick cargo here as well. So I could do all that now here. All right. Okay, so the good thing about having this extra space now is now I can kind of play with it a bit here, and I can actually add all my stuff, past this, which is good. And still have plenty of room, so that kind of makes that work out. Let's well, let's place the stuff, and then I'll fill in with the regular blocks around it. We'll keep the other ones half. It doesn't really matter. So we'll give it 2 constructors just because. Yeah, let's do that. You do regular cargo boxes. Oh, so they didn't give us the bigger. That's weird. Fair enough. All right, so we gained a little bit more there, and then we can continue. So let's do our O2, and we'll do. Always like to give people the option to manually fill the oxygen tanks. Alright, so O2 station. So we still need fridges. We'll need more O2 tanks, but we could do that internally. We'll need some more fuel, definitely. Probably do one. Yeah, one should be exposed so people can add fuel manually. What else here? What are we missing? Got constructors, wireless controller. We need a radar detector. We need ammo, so we need an ammo system because we will have some ammo in here. But that's about it. I mean, it's not a whole lot you could put on an SV anyway, right? So more or less, that's about what we need. We need a ventilator. Worry about that in a minute here. Yeah. So cool. Let's put the wireless controller here just for fun. Yeah. Why not? Did I already get rid of my re-add that. And then we'll do this one too. And then what's the other thing? The detector. I don't want it there. Let's this can be 1, 2, 3. Yeah, let's do the boxes here. I mean, I guess I haven't done anything on that side, have I? Let's put this down there. Okay, so on this side, we need to do some stuff here. So let's add some, what are we, 2 blocks? Like that. Yep. Okay, so that's all the space we gotta manipulate here. So we'll do some cargo. Cargo there. Let's do 1, 2, 3. So yeah, let's do that. I wish they gave us the big ones for the new one. I like the new look. The new this new container is pretty cool. Wish they gave us that. Wish they gave us more of that. But oh well. All right. Why is that? Oh, that's the yeah. Okay, fair enough. Let's do fridges. 4, 6. It's cargo. I mean, you might be carrying a whole lot of that's an awful lot though. Well, yeah, that might be a bit much. I mean, I don't know how much does food weigh? Is food a thing? Like, is food heavy? Let's test that. Food is not heavy. Yeah, 500 energy bars. Yeah, we don't need that many fridges, right? 3 is probably more than enough. I'll do 4. Yeah, we'll just do 4. Fine, 4. That's a good amount, right? We'll call it that. All right, so let's do extenders underneath here. Do extenders up like that. And what do we have left? Let's do a fuel tank. We'll do 2 fuel tanks. Then let's put now mind you, we're gonna get fancy with the shaping in this. I'm just kind of placing right now, so a lot of these things will change in shape and stuff to kind of break up the solid solid aspects of it. So don't worry about that. All right, so we still need the detector, but I kind of like the way the detector looks, so it can kind of go. I mean, it can go like there if it wanted to, but I'll even put it there if we want. Okay, so now we're kind of in a weird spot here because this thing's off center. What's wrong here? Why is this out one more block? I'm still looking at the center, right? This is the center. Did I go out one block further? 1, 2. Yeah, I guess I did, didn't I? Why did I do that though? Okay, well let me bring this out one more then. It's weird. How did I do that? Yeah, this is still the center. Well, I'm not very rational there, Ian, so 4 is what I'm doing. Yeah, this is weird. I don't know how this happened, but somehow I don't know. It's weird. Hmm. Oh, right. Nah. Yeah. All right. Let's kill that. Kill that. Oh, we're almost to 30, guys. All right, cool. So better use of space. Come in and you're right in the business, but then you have a nice little area here to kind of come out a little bit. So that works. Let's well, now that this is this connect? Yeah, I mean, now that this is connected, I don't have to do this thing here. So let's get rid of that. Put that back. Like so. Still good, right? Yeah. Yeah. I like that. All right. This can All right, so we got fuel. Oh, no. Yeah, one of these needs to be the warp fuel. Let's right here, short range warp drive tank. That just looks cool. Look at that. Can this look any cooler? Oh, let's see. I think this has weird sides too. Where'd you go? There you go. Got a little tanky thing there. Yeah, that looks cool. There we go. Alright. Yeah, so O2 tank, wireless, some cargo. So let's paint these here. So is this where I want to do this? I just want to do it here. Yeah, I'll do it here. So red, blue, green. So yeah, those. I guess eventually we're gonna be able to label these. Is that what this is for? That's cool. That'd be nice if they had like an auto LCD aspect to it. All right, so this will get a LCD while we're talking about it. This is the LCD, right? So, oh, can't do that. Well, I can do that, but yeah, I guess we'll have to do it like that. And then I'll just have to change this to, yeah, cool. Give you like a console of sorts there. And then you guys are good. So now I need to cover this up. So I don't know if half a block's gonna do it for radiation. We're gonna have to see about that. Figure that out in testing. Is that everything? Is that? I feel like I'm missing something. Gotta be missing something here. Alright, let's look one more time. You got all that. What's this? No. Ventilator. This is literally what I do like 20 times before I release something. Oh, and then the ammo. Yeah, no ammo. So that's a thing. When you do, you need to figure out the ammo. I mean, the ammo doesn't have to be too much. It's a cargo vessel. It's not a fighter. You know, you want to protect yourself, but I'm not gonna put like crazy guns on this thing. I'll put some rockets and some whatever, but it doesn't have to be that much. So, I can do like a segregated system of sorts here. Or I could just do a couple ammo boxes and call it done. Well, let's see here. What's the problem is I can't be connected to anything with these. So like doing that wouldn't work. Now over here would work, but I don't want to block the forward Yeah, I can't do that. Hey, Elson Wolf, how you doing? Oh, right, I was gonna manipulate the ground as well. I forgot about that. All right, so let's put these. What's going on here? Can't do it there. Ammo has to go somewhere smart. Now if I get rid of this and put this here, but then you're like walking all the way around. That's weird. Yeah, I don't want to do that. I don't want to close this off any more than it needs to be. Do I need 2 constructors? I guess to break down ore. I guess if you're breaking down ore on the fly or something. This thing, basic ore. Oh, pretty much all of them, yeah. So pentax it for 1. But, yeah, you always want to have 2. That's fine. Damn, yeah, see that I'd have to really isolate it. Let's do. Oh, I hate you. I can't even do that. See, this is so annoying. This whole. I have to do that too. Jesus. No ammo store. Yeah, we're doing ammo. I mean, it's not a priority. This is a cargo vessel. This isn't a fighter. So yeah, we're gonna have ammo, but it's not gonna be nuts, right? So let's grab this here. Let's see how much we could put. So, well, yeah. So not even 1. Yeah, it'd be nice to be able to have at least a stack of each here. Let's kind of fix this a bit here. So go back on that. But see, now I gotta take these off. Really isolating there. Alright, let's try that. Stack of that. Let's put a whole stack of rockets. Ooh. Alright, half a stack. Let's do a stack of that. Yeah. What? Yeah, I don't think you ever need more than that. Am I wrong? I mean, for 1 voyage, I mean, you're not using all that as a cargo vessel. I think that's perfectly fine. That's the thing, man. You can't have all-in-one vessels anymore. It's either got to be really functional for 1 major thing and then somewhat for everything else, or you can't have an all-in-one vessel anymore. If anything, you need to be in multiplayer, you need to be followed by a couple fighters to protect the cargo. In single player, I mean, you can just avoid situations like that, right? Like nothing's actively trying to come at you, right? If you do get in a situation, you still got frontal, you still got some basic weapons to take out some drones and stuff, so none of that's a problem. So I feel like that's good. Let's see what's the cargo frog doing here for ammo storage. Oh god, yeah, 375. Yeah, same thing, same exact thing. So he just did 2, but yeah, that's it. You can't. Yeah, that solidifies it. As long as Spange does it, you know it's the right thing to do, so. Alright, no, I don't want to do that. Alright, gives me some added quick storage for little whatevers. And then the ventilator, right? That was the next thing. So let's sort that out. Ventilator, go there. Alright, so now let's manipulate the bottom here. So this is basically going to be 2 blocks lower than that, so we're fine. I wonder what the CPU is right now. Yeah, 20,000, that's crazy. Look at that, 30,000. What's this thing exactly? $32, damn it. Thanks, Helson, we'll appreciate that. Alright, so let's continue. So the only reason I'm not doing this solid is the texturing. Some of us EGS players could care less about CPU mess. Yeah, no, of course. And you know, that's the thing. So when I build stuff, I build to the extreme situation. So I want to make sure that anything I build works in those extreme measures, which is just a bonus for those who don't care about that because man, this is going to perform amazing in regular settings. So I always test to the highest degree. You know, I would always test all my vessels in mass Perun, denser gravity, all that stuff, just to make sure that, you know, it's still gonna perform. But for people that just like to play, you know, without all that stuff, I mean, you know, they kind of overperform. And you know, I even get comments about, you know, a little too much thrust here and this and that, but it's because I want to cater to a lot of different types of gameplay. So yeah, more than understand that aspect though. All right, so I can go under. Yeah, I can go under a bit more too. Let me do that. So we're gonna take it here. I'm gonna go down like that. Then we're gonna go over. Again, I'm not in symmetry mode. Do the same thing over here. Whoa, that went all the way there. Yeah, all my old stuff is still, you know, I'm not getting rid of it, so it's all still there. It's all gonna remain. You know, a lot of people are taking their older stuff off the workshop until they fix it or whatever. But my thing is like, what the hell? Oh, the ammo. Oh, right. Yeah. Let's fix that here. So there. Yeah, the you know, you guys might want to mess with it and, you know, make it what you want it to be. 32. So now I just literally have to put one more somewhere and I beat Spange. This is awesome. What? What? Oh. Alright. Oh, well, I guess that doesn't even need to be there like that, does it? Let's fix that. Oh, but that doesn't matter. It's not like I'm adding any. Oh, oh, I hate that. There we go. Okay. That's still 32. Yeah. Where can I neatly put one? I guess in the front here. It'll literally be this one here. It's gonna change the game. What? Why is it still 32? Why am I not affecting this? Am I messed up somewhere? Yeah, I'm messed up somewhere. I'm not connected somewhere. Yeah, there's something wrong here. These are all connected. These are all connected to this. It's some over here on this string. Yeah, I forgot about that ammo thing. Whoop, that was something. That was the ammo. Yeah, so it's, okay, so there's that and that. What I did is I moved, okay, let's get rid of this. So that's all enclosed. This is fine. So, but now I guess that, yeah, that string is not connected, so that's the problem. Okay. Let's put you back and then put you back. So you're at your 750 like you should be. Let's clean this up here. What are we doing here? This is, yeah, well, that's there. So I don't understand why we're not. Let's do this. Let's take this out and see. 32. Yeah, so none of this is even a. I don't understand that. Oh, now I understand it. No. What? Yeah, you'd think so, right? What the hell? Okay, let's try this. Let's just put one of these, connect from that. Is that better? No? What the hell? Is it this side that's screwed up? Let's see here. No. Why can I not add anymore? Is there a limit? Ah! Oh! Thank you. No, I read up a bit. I totally read up a bit. Yeah, I got it. Sorry. Yeah. Okay. So 32 is the limit. So yeah. All right, so we need to remove some then. Let's remove these. We still have 32. Yes. Still 32. Yes. Ah, now we're breaking it. Okay. Okay, cool. So we're there. All right, so what you're saying is I can't beat Spange. Now, is it just for one system? Or is it like across the board? It's just one system, right? Like I could build a whole other system. Well, whatever. We'll just keep it at 32. That's fine. Okay. All right. Cool, cool. That works. All right. More traditional. Yeah. I mean, I could round it out. Oh, this is barely enough to walk through. Yeah, no, I kind of want to keep the aisles open and stuff. Yeah, I mean, I could do two systems, but there's no way I'm going to achieve another 32 system on here. So we're good. We're fine. I'm happy. I got it to max. So now, let's see how this thing moves. Whoa, he saw it move. That moved. All right. Let's test the oxygen here.
An accident is usually defined as an undesirable, unfortunate happening that occurs unintentionally and usually results in harm, injury.
I swear I didn't say Alexa's name. All right. Cool. Yeah. All right. So debug oxygen. Yep, we're good. Put in a cooking station in an SV. I wish. Or you mean like a fancy kitchen like I did like on the Winnebago and stuff. That's what you mean. Okay, so obviously we're not affected in creative. I mean, we're fine, right? Alright, so let's do this here. To finish off this first episode of the stream here for this new vessel, let's take this thing into survival, fill her up, and see if we can move. Oh, we came a long way from that in one night. capacity here. Okay, so this thing won't even lift off the ground. We're gonna need some more thrust for sure. Wow. Won't even move. All right. Let us see here. Let's add some smalls. We'll just add them on the side for now, just to see how many we're gonna need here. Still nothing. Wow. It won't move, man. Oh, this is nuts. Yeah, let's add some more. I need to know. Alright, now I feel like maybe I did something wrong here. Did I do something wrong or? Wow. Alright, let's add some medium thrusters. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, no, fuel storage, everything's gonna be nuts now. I still can't lift this thing off the ground though. This is nuts. I'm so confused. Hold on. This is nuts. Yeah, I guess that's it. I really gotta lower the weight on this thing. Alright, so let's do that. Let's test that. 4771. Alright, so now I've replaced it to regular steel. Still can't move. Wow. Still can't move. That's a lot of thrust. 16 meganewtons of thrust, and I still can't lift this thing. Now I want to see. Okay, I need to see what Spanish did, because that's insane. Hold on. Oh, well his won't. Yeah, his won't get off the ground either. Yeah, okay. Okay, so what are we looking at here? Let's compare these here. Size class 1.3, so mass is 2.21. 2.21. Oh, I guess we have the same cargo. That's cargo, never mind. My weight. Yeah, that's nuts. Okay, so size class 12. Okay, unlock level size, mass, lock count. Well, I guess we need to. Are they the same weight? I guess they're the same weight. Well, let me take off the. Let me take this stuff out of here. Does that matter? I mean, weight is weight, right? So then that's kind of weird then. Like, what am I? It's hard to gauge that. It's hard to gauge what, what are people going to be hauling around, right? So what's the measurement of that? Like, how do we gauge that as far as designers? Like, I want people to be able to carry a different amount of stuff, but naturally I can't build something that holds nothing but combat steel blocks, right? But how do we... Okay, so I do need to put some more thrust on this regardless, because this thing's falling to the planet. Okay, so let's add some... Let's do this again. Let's add some small thrusters here. Because I could totally add small thrusters. That's not a problem. Ooh! Yeah, as soon as I try to take off, this thing descends. Okay, so we're definitely going to need to add some... Okay, so I could stay in the air now with this. What's the magic number here? So let's say about 8 meganewtons. And that's fine. I can scatter those about to where they still don't change the look too much, but still work. I mean, we're still maneuverable. We're okay for a, let's see how we do. Now, RCS is a thing, right? Might need to add secondary RCS, like a secondary system that you can turn on to, and then definitely a secondary power system for heavy tonnage. So I'll set a signal and I'll have like 2 more generators and maybe like at least 10 more RCS, and that'll be a automatic signal that should just flip on, and then it'll give you some more power and maneuverability for when you're carrying stuff like this. Because this isn't, you're not going to be able to maneuver your way out of anything, and if you get attacked by something, you're not going to be able to maneuver. So, all right, so that was a good test. Like, yeah, I might even go like an extra meganewton up just to make sure that people can do stuff here, because this is, yeah, I want this to still be usable when it's full. Like, it doesn't have to move great, but I need it to move to a point to where you can get out of some shit if you need to. So, yeah, good test. I think we're gonna end the stream there. I mean, we got a good way, right? So I think we finished up the starter SV at the beginning of the stream, so I'm going to be releasing that tomorrow to the workshop. So definitely check that out. Check out my Discord. I'll have the link there. But check out my workshop at any point. If you're already following me on my workshop, you'll get it under the followed authors. Next stream we're gonna work on this. If it's tomorrow night, it's kind of sporadic. I just I try to build every night, but more or less some days I might not, some days I will. So just keep an eye out on my Discord. I announce it probably around 9ish Eastern. Around there is when I'll start building and everything. So Yeah, check it out. Again, this is for my designers challenge for this month. Information is also in my Discord under the appropriate channel. On February 23rd, I think, is when I'll be doing the live stream and I'll be showing everybody's entries. We've already, like I said, we've already got about 5 or 6 entries, so hopefully we'll have a good amount. We'll be able to do a nice long stream and we'll see what everybody else has created. Anybody here, you guys are welcome to put in an entry. I left it open, so it's pretty much, a cargo SV. Show me your strategy, show me your tactics, what you would do, if it's small capacity, if it's max capacity, like we have here, and let's see what we can create as a community. So again, thanks a lot, guys. I will catch you on the next stream. Take care.